Hola, ¿cómo están? I'm Dave. I'll direct this video about Jubilee. This is Do All Men Think the Same? You are the same. Obviously, all men don't think the same. Just like all black people don't think the same, all white people don't think the same, all women don't think the same. List goes on. Just did a video by Jubilee called Do All Black People Think the Same? And, you know, it's interesting. Even though, you know, that they don't. It's still interesting to see, you know, what direction they go in, if they strongly agree or strongly disagree with any given topic. It's still interesting to get their different perspectives or whatever. So let's hear what these men's gotta say or whatever. Let's watch.
Cheese nips. You asked for it.
Stick around to the end. We love talking to you guys. Enjoy this episode of Spectrum Men. I like the way the old school ways work. They did work. We just messed it up.
Bald head ass.
So that's important to you, to be like the breadwinner?
I'm the caretaker of society.
What they find these men? I seen him before. He was on the Jubilee video being weird. That dude in the back. All y'all better go to strongly agree. Men are usually very sensitive about their penises.
Oh my god.
Unless you packing, then you ain't gonna care.
It's just a normal thing to be worried about. Like when you're growing up, like you're like, am I normal? You know, like
that's if your penis is small.
I hate this.
I guess like when I was younger, I was like, whoa, is this normal? Is this not? But like eventually I was like, no, I'm fine.
Oh, he was the fake
this
Christian on the Jubilee
just,
video.
Bringing to my awareness how impressionable and like how much of our lives and our masculinity is defined by when we're kids. When everybody's like, oh, you gotta have a big dick, you gotta have a big dick. And all you see is like, only time you see a dick is on porn and it's like 14 inches, then it's like, well, mine doesn't look like that. Yeah. Then of course you're gonna like start thinking about it versus.
I'm actually changing my answer.
Oh, now y'all want to be honest. See, that being fake. Why did y'all say strongly disagree?
I changed my mind because what he said was, it made a lot of sense because I remember the first time I saw porno and I saw a black guy's penis, I was like, I'm not like that.
Saw that man
As I got
dingo.
older, I perfected my craft. I've never had a problem with women. It has nothing to do with the penis. It's all about, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. You just love a woman, you embrace each other, and it's just, I've never had a problem with a woman since then.
I think for younger guys, this is the concern that I'm realizing is like, maybe if these discussions were more open about size and whatever, and that really over time it all becomes okay and it's fine, maybe that would help a lot.
A man should pay for the first date. 3, 2, 1, go.
He went over there quick.
I like the way the old school ways work. They did work. We just messed it up.
So that's important to you to like take that leadership role, to be,
Tradition.
to be like the breadwinner.
I'm the caretaker of society. I don't even like seeing it this way. Once you give the woman the power, then you just demasculate yourself. I want to stick to what's made me happy. And my grandparents, my parents, I'm just going to stick with it because it works. It's not perfect, but it works. Be a man.
I don't think nobody should
I
pay
think
for
we're just getting in
shit.
dangerous territory when we start talking about chivalry. At the end of the day, it's like, yo, baby, if you want to pay for this, like, there is no hierarchy here. Like,
Right.
you want to pay for this, pay for this. Maybe next time I'm like, I just got a check, so I'll pay for it.
Wasn't this the
I
first
think
meal,
you should
though?
take turns.
You
Yeah,
said?
the first one.
You only get one chance to make a first impression.
What does it matter if it's a girl or a guy? It's 2019, and your logic shouldn't be like no disrespect.
Whoever pursued who should
because
pay.
my grandpa did it and it worked for him.
If the
then
girl
it works for
pursued, she
me.
should pay.
If she's not gonna date me that second time because I didn't pay for her, I think I dodged a bullet.
Whoever asked for the date. I don't know anything about it, but I think, yeah, I support it. Why wouldn't you support people who are saying they've been raped?
Be real, be real.
The fuck?
At first, when I saw it, you know, and talking to my friends, and family, a lot of people in the South, They're like, these women should have spoke up a long time ago.
No,
And then I
that's
had to like
stupid.
step aside and really process it for myself and be like, you know what? She didn't feel comfortable. And she wasn't in a society, in a place where it was acceptable for her to say anything about it.
Right.
So now that they have the platform and the ability.
They still
I'm
don't have
like,
the
that's
ability.
amazing.
Thousands
Speak your
of
truth.
rape kids don't
When you
even
tell
get
a child
tested.
who is accused of rape by a woman, has his whole life destroyed, and then people just go,
There's always going to be people that take advantage of it. It's not going to
Right.
be perfect. We're figuring it out as we go. But I think
Exactly.
it's done more good than it's done bad.
I think I think we get to acknowledge the bad though. Like I think
Yeah,
like
of course.
that's why I'm doing like this thing is like
Yeah.
for us to say like, oh, he did that to me, and all of a sudden now we've like vindicated that guy is like vilified. Like there is no chance of like him having a say in the conversation.
Trial
We get to
by
have a
mob is
conversation
Right.
every time.
not good. Like, this mob mentality is bad. I
Yeah.
agree with that, but I don't think that's exclusive to the Me Too movement.
But we're using it
Right.
right now to say, oh, that person is bad. Oh, fuck that person. There's no further conversations being happening. If it's a movement to say, yes, okay, this hierarchy we've created of men and women, which is a result of the way men are expected to act, the women are expected to act. Let's have those conversations and everything changes, and I'll be over there all fucking day.
Toxic masculinity is overblown. 3,
No.
2, 1, go.
Overblown. Wait, what?
Disagree.
Overblown.
Yeah, get the. Do y'all not know what it
Use a
means?
different word.
Yeah.
oh, that's the exact right word.
Yeah, I think
It's
I
blown
just
out of
somewhat
proportion.
agree that it's blown out of proportion because
It's not.
I think what happens with social media is a group of people coin a
People are
term,
toxic.
and now we're all painted by it.
Like, we are not in like a post, I don't know, like rape culture world, you know, like women are being catcalled every day. And so
Right.
like men are still, I think, seen or experienced as like a predatory presence to women. So
Yeah.
like that's why I just don't think it's like overblown. I think it's new.
If we were good men, there wouldn't be feminists, they wouldn't be attacking us, they wouldn't be hating us. You have a lot of guys who don't want to commit to marriage. You have a lot of guys who catcall. So yes, men have become toxic. And once again, I have to be consistent with all my beliefs and all my morals. I'm very traditional.
I see what you're saying, but the way you're framing it, like this word moral is kind of
We don't know what that is anymore, though. That's
well,
the
it's like it
problem.
sounds like you're saying like it's men's job to be like the moral compass of society.
Right.
It is.
I
No,
think it's
Baldy.
everyone's job.
It's everybody's, but men. If men want to coin themselves as the leaders, you have to hold up to the good and the bad.
That's part of the problem, though. Like, that's what I think toxic masculinity, or it's putting too much pressure on yourself. I mean, it's very obvious that we're grappling with, like, the history and the damage of, like, what a world completely run by men does to us. That's why I think we're talking about toxic masculinity.
I like him.
I am comfortable showing my emotions.
Y'all all better say you disagree, because it is not accepted in society for you to be emotional, and that's the sad truth. Y'all's a lie. They lying.
It's been like harped upon me for years that like showing my emotions were bad. And like me trying not to be gay, I'm like, no, like I don't want to show these emotions because I'm not gay. I can't be gay. Like I'm not supposed to be gay. Like the church tells me, my dad tells me, my mom tells me, everybody's telling me I'm not supposed to be gay. So like just understanding that at 25, now 26, like I'm over here like, okay, like, oh, you're insecure. Okay, that's what that feels like. Oh, you're sad. That's what that feels like.
Good.
I can
Good for
now
you.
be aware of those things, but to show them to other people right now is like really hard for me.
I do feel like I'm very verbally like about my emotions with my wife, but I wouldn't agree
Verbally?
completely
That ain't
because
what we
I'm not
talking
like
about.
that with anyone else. I mean, I
Well,
just
why
filled
you
a
over there?
college class
Oh, he said
and I was
somewhere.
crying about it to my wife, but no one else at school saw me cry, you know? I specifically texted my wife, make sure the kids are asleep by the time I come home, because I just knew I was going to be like, as soon as I stepped through that
So you're
threshold
not
to my house,
comfortable.
I was just going to let go, and I didn't want them to see that. But like the next day I sat down and I had that conversation with them, like, hey, I just want to let you guys know, you know, your dad didn't pass this class, and they're like, oh, are you okay? And I'm
Next
like, yeah,
time,
of course,
you
you know.
just
like,
cry in front of your kids, man. I remember like seeing my dad cry for the first time when his mom died, and I remember like imprinting that in my mind as like, wow, you know, like my dad can be upset, and that was like an important thing to witness.
It's reality, emotion.
Yeah, it's real.
Right.
I was raised by two parents that I never ever saw cry. The effect that that had on me was by the time one of them passed away very suddenly, I didn't really seem to be affected at all. So I've actually had to do a lot of therapy on that. This thing about masculinity not being able to show your emotions is very bad. It puts us backwards in society, and we need to be thinking about how to tap into our emotions in a healthy way together.
Thank you for saying your truth.
Aw.
Of course. Thank you. Great job, man.
Nice hearing from you.
All right, I gotta be honest. I'm actually the one who submitted the penis test.
That's funny. Yeah, I feel like some of them wasn't being too honest, but I obviously don't know. I'm not a fucking psychic. I'm not a mind reader. I'm just talking, okay? People are like, how do you know? I don't fucking know, all right? Well, I'm supposed to just sit here in silence? Like, I'm gonna give my random, assumptions and opinions, which could very, very definitely be off. And they usually are. I don't be knowing what I've been talking about a lot of the time. You gotta pick up on that by now. But I do feel like some of them had some really good points. So, it was really cool to, get their opinions on certain topics. Some of it I agree with, some of it I don't. It's just life. You're gonna agree with some people, you're gonna, not agree with others, even if they are in the same race as you, they have the same gender as you. Does not matter, you're not gonna all have the same viewpoints. That's what makes, life so beautiful and society so beautiful. We're all very different. But y'all let me know what y'all thought though. Let me know what other videos you want me to react to, and I'll see you next time. Bye!